One more thing I want to share with you guys is we are doing a virtual summit on stock options. It's for beginners and advanced alike. So if you'd like to join us for the stock options summit online, we have the stock options summit SOS. We did one in LA about a year and a half ago, and a lot of you came out. It was sold out, so tons of you came out. And so we decided to do one online, and that's so we call it the SOSO, so Stock Options Summit Online, SOSO. So if you want to join us for the SOSO, the link is in the chat. So feel free to join us for the Stock Options Summit, and it's going to be we're going to spend 2 days basically going through stock options and connecting and networking and all kinds of stuff like that. Dr. Boyce, this Gerald says, do you go step by step in teaching Prime? How much do you need to start investing? I think really, well, with standard, short call strategies, 5,000 is a good number, but really, if you get good at it, I think you can actually, and you're conservative and careful and you preserve your capital, you can make an income with the 5,000. Like I think so, especially if you use margin or something, but really what we try to do is talk about ways to get the capital. The hardest part is that people don't save. We're not trained to save. We should all be trained to save before we spend any money. The ideal situation, the easiest situations for me to work with are people maybe in their 40s or 50s and up who have been putting money in their 401k consistently and they have some money saved up and they're trying to figure out what to do next. And what I'm the guy who says, well, maybe instead of putting all 30, 40,000 or 100,000 into some business idea that may or may not work, 80% of black owned businesses fail. I say, well, maybe you put it into something that's not going to fail, like Microsoft or Meta, and you learn how to do option strategies that can generate income for you in the meantime. And so with 5,000, I think you can do something with 5,000, but really it's best if you have a capital base of 25, 30, 40, 50,000 or more. Some of my students have capital bases of $2 or $3 million. And so I know most people are not at that level, but you'd be amazed how many black people are really doing well by sort of engaging in consistent investing. And those people, in my view, tend to be more like happier and more empowered than the people who just have like good jobs, right? So this is my goal. My goal is to see us really embrace the idea of independent wealth as a form of just liberation, right? So anyway, the link to the Stock Option Summit is in the chat, so feel free to grab it. It's right there. Let's see here. What about ETF? High yield investments. Those are fine. Just high yield typically means high risk, so keep that in mind, but it's fine. Will the Venezuela situation cause the market to dip? I don't know, sir. That's the question I'm asking. I think it might, but if it does, I'm gonna buy the dip. Like a stock like Micron or whatever. I'm gonna buy all those dips because I think it'll be temporary. The price of oil might spike possibly, and if it does, I don't think that's gonna be sustained. The reason that they attacked Venezuela, in my opinion, is because they have allegedly the largest untapped oil reserves on Earth, and that's what a lot of people believe is the reason they went to Venezuela. It wasn't because of the drugs and stuff; it was because of the oil, and because apparently it's a special kind of oil. It's very thick crude, and that type of crude is very different from light crude. And the United States produces a lot of oil, but I think we have a shortage of the thick crude, so they're going and beating people up and taking their lunch money. Apparently, I don't know. What do I think about Alibaba?